So, welcome back. We had to take a break last weekend. We had some unexpected things happen. So, we are back on, what is today?
Today is the 3rd of September.
I mean, is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Is it a Thursday? I
3rd of
can't even
September.
tell you what day it is anymore. Everything's just starting to go together. So, we don't really have too many, topics as far as, specific things. We're really just going to kind of do, like, a weekly update as far as what's happened this week. Well, I guess technically, would it be last week or this week?
Both.
Both?
Just do a blend combination.
There's a lot going on. Like I said, everything can happen just, in a short amount of time. So,
Definitely got to give a shout out to our cousin on passing the bar.
hey, good
Shout
job.
out to Katie Beth on passing it, and also my sister. She got accepted into the
BSW.
social work program. So
Good job, both of y'all.
props to those two young ladies.
They're going to be doing great. We already know. So I'm sure celebrations will be coming here soon.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta do that.
Gotta
With
make
the
sure.
appropriate social distancing.
Are we still doing that?
I don't know about you. I've been social distancing.
Oh, I mean, just looking around from what I've seen, you don't see too much of it going on.
I see a lot of it. I know the colleges have been shutting back down.
It's because you can't tell a college child, and I say child because that's what they are, as soon as you go into college, you're still 18, 19 years old. You're still young.
And that was my thing. A lot of the colleges are getting upset with the students because they're like, oh, they've been out partying, doing this. But like you said, at 18 to 21, 22 years of age, you can't really tell a kid, hey, go to school, that's all you're going to do. Don't go out, don't hang out. Because that's the big part of the college experience. They want to go out, they want to mix and mingle with their friends, they want to have
Party.
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
let's just call
they
it
want
what
to
it
have
is.
that college experience. And I don't know. I think a lot of them, I can't even say went back too soon. I mean, virtual learning. I know my
Yeah.
sister. She's been doing virtual since the summer, so that transition wasn't too hard for her. But I don't know. A lot of them, I think it was a money issue because
Well, and that's the thing too, is a lot of them are asking, and obvious, I would agree with it too, if we're not going to be on campus, we shouldn't have to pay room and board, which you shouldn't. If you're not using it, you shouldn't have to pay room and board,
Mhm.
but I think a lot of these colleges, and I think Tech being one of them, is saying that they are not going to refund any money
ooh,
or anything. Well, I think what they're supposed to be doing, or supposedly what they said they will do, is just carry whatever tuition they had for this semester into next semester.
okay.
So, but if you think about it that way, then I feel like their stipend check might be a lot bigger instead of,
I'm not sure.
because if you're not using the money for this and you don't have to use it for next semester because you already have it then, you might just get it back. I have no idea. I don't know how it works. I don't pay for room and
There's a
board.
lot of stuff that's up in the air right now. So,
Right. So, I mean, it could really be, anything. So, you guys know the deal too. Let us know that you're in here with us. Comment, say hello, join the conversation. So what else we have? Unfortunately, we do have to say rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, aka the Black Panther,
AKA
Jackie Robinson,
Jackie Robinson, AKA James
James
Brown,
Brown.
AKA Thurgood Marshall. He played some prominent roles,
He did indeed. And
at the time.
that was just a shock. The whole, I remember
Mm-hmm.
downstairs and all of a sudden, oh my God, I can't believe that he's
They
gone.
said colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
And pulled up some facts. They said it's prominent in the black community as far as just making sure that we're getting checked and looked at because the numbers are just so high. I think they said that the age before was 50 to get looked
Yeah.
at, and now they've dropped it down to like 45. But even with him, he passed at 43. So making sure that we're getting checked, getting looked at, and just staying on top of our health and being aware of signs, especially family history, knowing what runs in families and going to the doctor, having weekly, not weekly, but annual appointments, just to make sure that we're on the alert for that.
Right. I mean, that's not just men too. Women, you need to make sure you're getting your stuff checked. They same thing. Suggest usually a mammogram about 50 or so, but I'd say, you need to start going a lot sooner. I'd say mid-30s.
Yeah, definitely.
So, because I mean, like you said, obviously we see if you wait too long, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, and especially knowing if it runs in the family, and I mean,
Well, I can't.
yeah, but these things aren't I don't think they're too expensive, I mean, but especially with insurance, you can
No,
just
most
go
of them
in.
are, well, and see, that's the thing too, I think once you get to that certain age, it's automatically covered. So, but if you have to wait until 45 and, you know, find out you need it earlier, then that's where your issue lies. But I mean, even with insurance, I'd say the most you'd have to pay probably is your copay, and maybe a little bit out of pocket. But even still, most of these hospitals and stuff now have charity care. You can, you know, try to put it in that way and pay a fraction of the cost. So I mean, there's ways out there that you can afford it. Don't let money be the reason that you don't get yourself checked out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a free clinic. I'm sure they do some of these things.
Oh, yeah.
So always something out there that you can do to make sure that you're living right.
Health is wealth.
It is
I've
indeed.
been saying it for a few weeks now. So,
Yep.
yeah, that was definitely tragic.
It is. It's good to see though the impact he had on people. So, you know, obviously a lot of these stars and stuff go visit kids at like St. Jude's and things like that, but the fact that you're battling it yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you're going and seeing all these kids doing the same thing. I saw there was a post, I can't remember who shared it today, saying that he found out during filming that two kids that he had kept up with regularly during filming, who he knew had terminal cancer passed away before they got to see the film, and he was just, you know, just heartbroken over it. So you never know what people are going through, unfortunately. So check in on your friends and family, and I mean, it's just here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. It's really, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But what else we got? We've got Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I haven't kept up with it too much this week. I know that the president went down there this week and was meeting and greeting and doing his thing.
He was doing his political duty, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, we're in an election year.
Unfortunately.
November 3rd.
Go out and vote, please. Go out and vote. But anyway, no, from what I've seen, I saw something today, and it wasn't really like a prominent news site. I think it may have been like a local, something they're saying he's out of ICU.
Okay.
So that's good. I think he is still paralyzed. I don't know if that's permanent. I don't think they know if it's permanent or not. And then that's about as far as we've gotten. We haven't seen any arrests. We haven't seen anything like that, but we know how the story goes.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, but what can you do? But, I mean, I guess at least it's good that he's out of ICU. Silver lining.
Dark world.
That's the best you can do. You got to find it where you can.
Yeah. It's hard in 2020. It's difficult.
2020 has been a year.
It's definitely a purge year.
Well, the last purge they had was election year, too. Remember that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But, I mean, it's just bringing awareness. I mean, we saw everything that happened with it. We saw the video and
Awareness in what sense, Chris?
of everything that's going on with unarmed, I can't even just say black males, just black people in general being targeted for whatever reason. Granted, this has been going on for years, but still,
Everything's so polarized now.
everything is polarized.
With media, and everyone has camera phones now, so.
I don't understand though how you see, and I mean, I don't know, I can't speak on a police officer's life, I don't know anything about it, I'm not a police officer, I don't really know too many of them, but if you see everything that's going on in the news, and you see that you're being documented more closely than you usually are, why not be as careful as possible?
A lot of it, when you're in that moment, I mean, you're not
Well,
thinking about, oh, yeah, let me stop and think, oh, yeah, someone could be recording this. I mean,
no, and I get it, but well, they're always being recorded anyway because of their body cam.
yeah.
So, you know, things like that, it's just, I guess it's easier said than done. Like I said, I'm not in that field. I don't know too many people in that field. That's not justified, regardless. But, I don't know, what can you say about it? You want to talk about this tax deferral thing?
I keep trying to do oh, God. I keep doing research on it. I'm talking to a few people, trying to get an understanding, trying to get a grasp. It was like a payroll cut holiday or tax deferral program. All these big words and words they keep throwing around. Basically, it's supposed to cut the 6% on the Social Security for the, yeah, we know. It's not, today is not Friday. We went a little bit early. We got a busy weekend coming up. And we had to make up some time from last week when we weren't able able to go on. So yeah, we're just covering some of the stuff from last week, covering some information for this week, and yeah, just a little pop up. You know how it is.
You know some. But I've looked into it and I've seen several different articles on it, and one of them break it down fairly easy. So what I'm understanding, and I might be wrong, but from what I understand, from September to December of this year, they're not going to put the 6.2% that normally goes to your Social Security. Yeah. They'll just go straight to your paycheck.
And that's only if your employer is electing to be part of that program.
Which was, I thought, most of the articles from what they're saying made it sound like this was, you didn't have an option in this.
No, and I think some employers are able to opt out. The big thing that I have read in one of the articles was saying that come next year, you will have to pay it back. And they said in some instances, you might get hit with double taxation on it, because you have to pay back this amount on top of the amount that they're going to be taking out of your check anyway.
Which doesn't make sense. Because apparently, too, for the last 4 months of the year, you're going to have a larger check. But the first 4 months of the next year, your check is not going to be as much.
But the thing is, the 6%, you're only looking at probably about an extra $30 to $50 extra a paycheck. I think we broke down the numbers because they were comparing it to how much you would get with the stimulus check, which was $1,200, and it was showing if you do it this way, you're only looking at probably an additional $600 that you could be seeing on your check, as opposed to the $1,200 with the stimulus check. But if you're making, I think it caps off at $104,000
a year.
Yeah, as far as your salary, you could see that would equate to about, I think it was like 2,280 something, around that. So those people, obviously people that make more money would be getting more back.
Well, that's always what they're geared toward anyways.
But also, I mean, but they would still have to, in terms, pay that back. But then, I was talking to my god sister on Facebook earlier. She works at the bank. Yeah, she was saying that they could be forgiven, possibly. But yeah, we know how that goes.
It sounds good. The thing, I think that's what it is. It's like they're trying to be slick about it. Like, oh, well, we're not going to do this for you, but here's this instead. When in reality, like you said, if you're working class, like most Americans are, you're going to get half of what they originally were going to give you in the first place.
But the thing is, yeah, I mean, the majority that's already the top 1% of America, they're not worrying about this amount.
Well, that's always right, and that's always who it's geared toward in the first place. It's never for the working class, which is the majority of Americans. So we've just got to figure it out for ourselves, which we've been doing since March.
Yeah.
I mean, that one stimulus check was nice.
I mean, yeah, it was lovely, but
$1,200 is rent for most people.
We still haven't heard about as far as what happened with other people that weren't able to pay their rent or their mortgages for these last few months.
From what I'm hearing, I think some places are starting to do evictions.
Ugh.
Or trying to start letting them know, hey, you're going to get evicted. Now, we know that the unemployment is supposed to go back up to what it was, right?
I don't know if it's going back up to the extra 300. I think there's been a lot of different talk. Like you said, there's a lot of numbers and speculations that's going around, and just information out there now. Like I said, the closer we get to the election year, people make promises and stuff doesn't pan out as it's supposed to. But
well, I think it's just promises. Like there's nothing that's going to come of this in the first place. We knew this. Yeah, it's just everything just sounds good. It's like being a kid and you're getting promised that you're going to get that big gift for Christmas, which you're not going to get anywhere near that. So and then you're just disappointed Christmas Day.
What are your thoughts on it? What have y'all heard? What have y'all seen? How are y'all living out here right now? Who's been affected? Yeah, it's tough.
Well,
don't get it wrong.
It's definitely tough. But like you said, we've been talking about just within us too. A lot of people have started side businesses, or they're just doing something just to make ends meet, because that's what you got to do. When you're put in a tight, it's fight or flight response. When you're put into a tight spot, you're going to figure out what to do regardless.
And yeah, I mean the people I've seen, they've just been. When the feet are to the flame, they found ways to make things happen. And whether that's selling dinners or coming up with a side hobby or just anything. Like you said, I've seen a lot of people starting side businesses that they've been able to have profitability from right now, which is cool, because until this might turn into something that they might be able to pursue down the line, especially with a lot of the jobs that had to go by the wayside right
Yep.
now. Well, it's probably an opportunity for people to find a passion that they never thought of before and
Mhm.
can grow something from it. So
We're seeing a lot of crafty people coming
yeah,
out here
yeah, definitely.
in the next last few months, which is
Mhm.
great. I mean, like you said, hone in on a skill set you didn't know that you had, and surprise yourself. I mean, we're working on getting our stuff together, and give it another 5, 10 years, if that, people aren't going to be working these 9 to 5s. They'll be working for themselves, and what's the economy going to look like then?
I don't know, especially how the economy is now. They were talking about as far as like digital sales go, and also with Amazon. They were talking about, oh yeah, Amazon brought Whole Foods. It was like, why did Amazon buy Whole Foods when brick and mortar was going away? But the thing Whole Foods are doing now, they're doing grocery delivery.
Yep.
So they took that warehouse model that they had already had, and then they flipped it, and now people are ordering from Amazon to be able to get their groceries delivered. Because like, who would have thought that now you could just sit at home, go online, order your groceries, and then your groceries get delivered right to your doorstep.
I mean, this is the same concept they've had years and years ago. I mean, when you used to have somebody deliver your groceries to you.
I never had nobody deliver.
No, this was
groceries.
way before
Talking
our
about what,
time.
the milkman coming
Yeah,
in?
no, like they used to have, this was obviously way before our time, but I mean, you'd have somebody, a local, grocer, or, the local kids or whatever, and they'd come and pick out your groceries, and it's the same concept. We're just doing it digitally
Yeah.
at this point. So, history repeats itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta think about it. But it's a smart idea. Whole Foods is just a warehouse in the first place.
Yeah.
So, give it time. Sam's and Walmart, well, Walmart's already doing
Walmart
it too.
is the thing with Walmart now. I've seen that I think Walmart was in this space where they had got comfortable for so long, and they were like, all right, we're the top dog. We don't have to do anything. We're Walmart. We're here. We're a staple. Everybody knows who we are. People go here to shop. And then Amazon came out and was like, oh yeah, we do delivery. We have our own stuff. We have our own products. We also sell other people's products, Walmart. But what are y'all doing? Because we also do our own delivery for it. And then now it's like, all right, so now we're seeing Walmart enter in this space where they're offering movies. Now Walmart has a subscription service.
What subscription service?
Walmart Plus. They have a subscription service now where now they're going to start offering delivery. They're going to have like their movies all into one. And I think they said the starting subscription is like $89 a month.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What do you pay for Amazon Prime a month? Exactly. You're paying something.
I think I pay a year, like $50 a year.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have that platform set up, but now the big thing is that people are getting into this subscription-based programs now, where you can have people buying. We see it with Netflix when Netflix first came out.
Yeah.
Where people wanted to pay money to have that service and to get that service. So now we're starting to see a lot of other companies adapt that subscription-based into their model. And like you said, now Walmart realizes, hey, we got to compete with what Amazon is doing. So that was like the clash of the two titans at this point.
Amazon's changed the game for everybody. I mean, we see how it is, just killed retail.
Yeah.
You can't really go into a mall anymore without some store just final sale closing or, anything like that. You see stores that have been in business for 30 plus years, and now they're selling everything. Finks is closing their Valley View location, which, I mean, it's just one location. They've still got the one over on Electric Road, but still.
And that's the thing, like we said, I mean, the price of building space is going up. As inflation increases, property value goes up. You got to pay taxes on that. People are adapting now to these online platforms where you don't have to pay for brick and mortar, don't have to pay for ground. The only thing you got to pay for is just your domain and your hosting, and they're realizing it's a lot cheaper. They can focus efforts on marketing, focus efforts on branding and other aspects of the business instead of just, oh, I got to shell out money for rent or shell out money for a lease. So.
Well, and you got to think about it too. This whole pandemic has just had people inside. So after so many months, why would you want to go back out? I mean, you do to a certain extent. Like, people want to go out for entertainment and food, but not many people were rushing. Oh my gosh, I got to go to the mall. Like,
and that's the thing. I think that's why a lot of them now are like, yeah, we're not doing Black Friday, which is going to be interesting because you know how much Black Friday brings in. I mean, you and me both worked in a retail space at one point in life, and it's like, all right, when you don't have that retail space, what does that look like? So.
But then they also got Cyber Monday, so regardless of what
Cyber
you do.
Monday is going to do numbers.
Ridiculous
It's
numbers.
going to do numbers this year.
So, I mean, regardless of whatever you weren't going to make in store, you'll probably just make it up online. And they'll probably run better sales online than they do in store. So that's usually what they do anyway. So, I mean, which honestly, little tip, the same sales that they run throughout the week before Black Friday is the same sales they're going to run on Black Friday, other than a few doorbusters. Just so y'all know.
I'm dropping gems.
Little insider
God,
information.
you told me that.
It's the same stuff.
I did not know that.
It is the exact same stuff, other than maybe a $5 watch the morning of.
Okay.
So, you know, it's really, well, like you said, we'll see what happens, because I know I'm doing all mine online, all my shopping.
What shopping you gotta do? I don't even know what's the high item for this year. Is anybody like, oh, this is the item you need to have?
I guess
Like,
technically the PS5.
oh, I forgot those were coming out.
Yeah.
I
But
keep
that's
seeing
probably
memes
just in
go
time,
around.
yeah.
Somebody put a meme out, and it's like this lady was buying one for her boyfriend or significant other, whatever. And the guy was holding onto her waist, and some guy posted and was like, "Man, I hope this is me on Christmas." It's like, y'all are silly.
I don't get it. It's just, I mean, I'm not a huge gamer in the first place, so I guess I don't really understand it. But, and plus, it just looks so weird.
I don't know.
It's not, there's nothing that I would stand in line for at this point.
Who stands in line? You can't go out. You can't stand in line. So that's breaking social distancing. So.
Nobody's following the social distancing.
Yeah.
They're out here like it never
I was in Kroger the other day. Had my mask on. You were there. You had yours. I ran in. No shoes. No shirt. No mask.
Nothing.
Looking for Gatorade. I'm like.
Search the entire store for a good 10, 15
it's
minutes.
in the back.
Like, and then he just gave up. He's like, you know what, forget it. I don't need it. So,
Like after you done affected everybody.
everybody in the store.
That's what
I mean, it just don't make no sense to me. Now, you wanted to talk about your Apple.
yeah, I'll get there. But sports is back.
Is it?
Yeah, like all the guys on my timeline, Twitter, Facebook, they just been going on just talking about basketball because the playoffs are coming back. And that was another big thing. They were because of the Jacob Brown situation in Wisconsin. They'd actually had boycotted the game, and there was this, huh?
Jacob Blake.
Say what Brown? I don't know. It's been a long week, but yeah, there was this talk about boycotting the rest of the playoffs.
Yep.
And yeah, the teams were sitting out, and it caused an uproar. But that actually just shows the voice that these players are having, and actually just taking a stand for social justice.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think it's bigger than them just having just social justice terms on the backs of their jerseys or having it on the court. But they said a lot of them were actually out getting people registered to vote. They said that a lot of the arenas now are going to be places that people can go and vote now. So, yeah, shout out to those guys. I mean, the NBA is making definitely an impact.
And it's not just the NBA, it's people in other sports, tennis, the girl, what's her name?
I don't know her name right offhand, but I know who you're talking about.
Yes, that won the,
Oh, don't give me, I
don't even know like tennis terms. Like
Yeah,
I can't
see,
even tell you. But anyway, people, you, of course, you get the few who are like, oh, well, nobody cares about your opinion in the first place. Blah blah blah. Why are you mad that these people are using the platform that they have to make noise? I mean, just to make awareness of what's going on. I don't understand. Are you more upset about the message, or are you more upset the fact that they just don't want to play? I don't understand.
And that's,
what the problem
that's
is.
also the thing. Some people rather be entertained than educated. They see it taking away something from them, as opposed to, hey, they're trying to bring awareness to a situation because I have this platform that people are paying to watch. They take attention to watch. They're like, oh no, like that lady, I just still can't get over it. Shut up and dribble. Like, come on. That's one. It was disrespectful to that man. We're sitting here, and he's just been out here just being an advocate for change, using this platform just to do just great things.
She obviously doesn't really understand what he does either, because he's done way more off the court than he has on, just in this community and everything like that. So for, like you said, people just want to make stupid comments and they don't want to be educated about what's going on.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but but especially right now. Now is a time where, especially as a society, we need to just be aware of what's going on around us. Because 2020 is just unforgiving for everybody.
Everybody, like I said, you don't know who's going through what. So again, check in on your people, because you really don't know what's going on out here, what struggles they're going through that they don't want to talk about. So, but I mean, what are people upset? Like we're gonna still have sports. You can't be in the arena like you wanted to in the first place, so it means you can't pay $8 for nachos. Like, I mean, what are you really upset about? That's and these same people who are complaining about it, either one, don't cheer for these teams, it's not their team. Two, really don't even watch the sport to begin with. Or three, just want to complain. There's always somebody who just wants to complain.
There's always gonna be complainers, but you just gotta move away from that. But movie theaters open back up. I know a couple people that went out there. They said the experience is a little different. They social distance in the movies, obviously, so you gotta wear your mask when you get in there. I asked them if they've started doing the app as far as where you can you can get your food and stuff ordered on there. He said they didn't have that yet. They still got the concession stands, but yeah, he said there was like 25 people in the theater.
That's not too bad. So I guess that means technically these tickets or these movies will sell out a lot quicker.
Nah, because he said there wasn't even 15-cent movies. He was like, man, we paid like $40 to get in.
Did they go to AMC or did they go to Regal?
They went to Regal.
Well, Regal wasn't doing the 15-cent movies. That was just
Regal.
AMC.
Oh.
Regal don't care about nothing like that. They need their money. So, it's just, I'm ready to go back, but you keep saying that.
Nah, I'm a chill. I mean, the drive-in was cool. We went to the drive-in. You ain't like the drive-in?
It was fun. It was fun. I can't sit in a car for that long. So, and plus, we've seen Jurassic Park how many times?
I mean, yeah, but it was still the nostalgic feeling of being able to go there.
I'll do it again, but because Beetlejuice comes out in October.
I can watch that video.
You just,
I'm good. I need to see something.
What's wrong with Beetlejuice?
I don't care about Beetlejuice. Okay.
Say it one more time and you don't show it.
Beetlejuice. It ain't no candy, man. I ain't saying that.
That comes out next month?
Yeah.
I think so, but that's in theaters. You and your aunt are going to have to go to that. I'm not going to that.
Oh, yeah, we in there. Yeah, she does horror movies.
Y'all got it. I'm good.
Got that.
I don't do that at all. At all. You got me with Us. That's about it.
Us wasn't even scary.
Yes, it was.
You tripping.
The whole concept of somebody else just, which they all say we've got a doppelganger somewhere, but one that's trying to kill you?
It was a cool concept.
It was a good concept, but I'm good. I can deal without that.
What else we got? Oh, yeah, that Apple-Tesla split.
This is your area.
I know, I'm talking about it. So Apple and Tesla did, I want to say, a 1-for-5 and a 1-for-4 split, which means that if you held any of the shares, your shares were split. So if you had 20 shares and you did a 1-for-4, you would have 5 shares, but the market price would still remain the same. It's just a way that they can attract new customers, new people to buy them. And for a lot of people, they were able to buy some Apple now for a cheaper price than they could before, because I think Apple was trading probably around $400 or so before the split, and now it was trading at, I think, about $130 today, $130.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. So I know a lot of people that had got a lot of Apple shares after it had split. Tesla was up to like $2,000. When it split, it was up to, I'm gonna say around $400 to $500 range. But the day they split, the stock prices just skyrocketed. So
Still? I thought it was supposed to go down.
I didn't get to finish what I was saying. Because the thing is, people are buying in so much, but a lot of the investors that already had it, once that price went up, it went on sale like today. The market just went down some because in my group they were talking about it, something known as quad witching, or I gotta go back, don't quote me on the term, but it's when a lot of these sectors and financial institutions go off and sell large portions of their stocks, I guess each quarter, just to be able to make room for new ones. So we saw a lot of the tech sectors just start dumping today. And they said it usually happens every quarter. So we're in that phase right now. But yeah, a lot of interesting stuff going on. A lot of these companies reached their all-time highs, which is interesting because we're in a pandemic, but the market clearly doesn't care about the pandemic, because every week we're seeing companies hit their 52-week highs. Because when did the pandemic start?
March.
End of March, April? Because in March, like, everything just crashed, went down. Everybody's like, oh yeah, stock market collapse is coming. Everything's gone right back up to its highest peak in last 3 to 4 months? I don't know why I asked you. You said
I really
like,
don't
I don't know what you're talking
like,
about.
I have no earthly idea what you're talking
Just
about.
sit there and nod, just be like, yeah,
That's
I
what I
get
do.
it.
I do that. I can get a conversation.
I don't know. I just find it interesting.
No, I mean, it is. It's just like I tried to tell you to, take an option on
I know.
Starbucks.
I know.
No.
My bad.
No.
My bad.
I don't
dropped the ball.
understand
I dropped
stocks
the
too
ball.
much, but
You're
I
right.
told you to take an option on
You're
Starbucks
absolutely right.
because
Pumpkin
pumpkin spice
spice-
was coming out. You
pumpkin
don't
spice.
understand the impact pumpkin spice has on people's lives.
I know. It was a game changer.
Exactly. People want to joke about how much I like it, this, that, and the other.
It was a game
changed
changer.
lives. But you'll listen to me next
I
time.
will. This time next year, like, hey, pumpkin spice.
You don't need to wait till next year. Wait till their holiday stuff
I'm
starts
gonna buy
coming out.
1,000 shares on options.
A little bit much. But it's the same. I mean, you keep saying you have to look for the news and stuff to see how
You're right.
it's going. I mean, when their peak times are.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, same situation.
You're right. You're right.
So I'll
I
tell you again.
fumbled the bag on that one. I fumbled the
You
bag.
did. You should have listened to your wife.
You're right. My fault.
You learn good things when you
You're
listen
right.
to
You're
your
right.
wife.
I'm man enough to admit I messed up. Let's go. Let's go.
I just thought you should know.
But yeah, that's all I had for this week. Just wanted to go on and
Yeah.
do a little quick video, cover some topics that was just out there that we didn't get the opportunity to.
I thought that was standing out this week. This
Yeah.
weekend is Labor Day.
Y'all be safe out there. Social
Yes.
distance. I don't even know what do people do on Labor Day.
Go to the lake,
Y'all be safe at the lake.
cook out.
Be safe having cookouts.
That's about it. Do we know what Labor Day's for?
It was stocks have been good to me this year. Stocks have been good to everybody. I feel like that's actually in the game, studying the market, having an understanding this year. My group was just talking about how they're like, man, we're not even worried about a stimulus check because the market's just been paying us the stimulus. I'm like, I wish I would have learned options like a couple years ago and actually invested the time I've been doing now as far as just learning the market, learning fundamentals, understanding charts, playing off of the news.
Mm-hmm.
Because like people are like, oh no, stocks are a gamble, but it's like, yeah, y'all go out here, y'all will do scratch off tickets, lottery tickets. That's a gamble. Stocks, you can actually know like, hey, how these companies, how they fluctuate,
Mm-hmm.
the movement of them. I mean, even in a down market, you can still make money just playing like the volatility indexes. Because I know a lot of people that just played the VXX index, which is they call it the fear index,
Mm-hmm.
and it moves opposite of SPY, which is a SPY. You don't know nothing. Just
I mean, I'd like to learn. Like I said, you're gonna have to sit me down one day and explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader. I'm even learning about this stuff in class, and I still don't understand it. So, I mean,
buy low, sell high.
I understand that. I get that point. But some of these other things that you're talking about, and I even get how the news is affecting it too.
Mhm.
But some of the other things, like what you were just saying,
Yeah, I mean,
it's boring.
yeah,
That's like next level.
yeah, I mean, and not really. Like once you start getting understanding, reading it, like, oh, okay, I see what this is. I mean, it's like with anything. You got to gain understanding, gain knowledge from it to be able to apply it to what's going on. And I mean, I know a lot of people, especially in our group, that a lot of people lost their jobs during the pandemic, and they just talked about they got in, they started learning options, understanding how stocks move, and they say they're covering a lot of their expenses and stuff right now. But I do gotta say, capital gain tax. I hope people put money aside because in 2021, when those returns come out,
Yeah.
you'll have to pay taxes on the investments that we've been making. But so I was like, oh no, I don't want to pay money on it. But I was like, but you're making money.
So wait a second. Okay. So you gotta pay taxes. Like I said, I don't understand this stuff, so bear with me. You have to pay taxes when you take your money out,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you have to pay it again, like come tax time,
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
Capital gains is what you pay on. It's similar if you win the lottery,
Right.
you have to pay taxes on your lottery winnings because that's considered capital gains.
Right.
It's not income
But
tax.
isn't it up to a certain amount?
I'm gonna say capital gains. Don't quote me on it. Like I said, you got to check and see. They send out a statement and let you know how much you got to
Yeah.
pay, but it's typically about 40% maybe.
But I'm saying, isn't it up to a certain amount that you take out that you have to pay capital gains?
Capital gains is you got to pay on anything, just like income that you get. You still have to pay money. You're supposed to pay money on income.
Keyword.
The IRS always wants their money.
Always.
Always wants their money.
Always. But I swear, and I might be thinking of something else because I'm just thinking in banking terms. That it's only the certain up to a certain amount that you have to pay capital gains, but maybe it's a different.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said,
if I got any gurus on here and I'm saying something incorrect, please correct me. But no, anytime you make money, the IRS wants their cut always.
that's how it goes.
But yeah, like I said, it depends on long and short term for capital gains.
Okay. Is it always 40%?
You know, and like I said, it could fluctuate, like you said, depending on how long you hold the stock in your portfolio. Because the thing is, the longer you keep it in there, if you don't take it out, that you can actually have it as liquid cash. You mean you can't really tax it if it's just sitting in your portfolio
Right.
because you haven't taken it
Touched
out
it,
to
right.
use it. But nah, they want all that money. Definitely, they definitely want all that money.
They're gonna get their money one way or another.
But and that's what I love about fintech now. There's just so much options out there that you can get involved in, whether it's through your Cash App. Robinhood's been a cool platform, but the thing I don't like about Robinhood lately, when Robinhood knows a lot of people are trading, like with the Tesla and with the Apple,
Mhm.
because on the East Coast we can trade at 9:30 in the morning.
Right.
Over on the West Coast, they're what, 3 hours behind, so at 6:30 they can start trading. The system will freeze up, and they'll be like, "Oh, we're experiencing technical difficulties." So, you know, when it's freezing and locking, you can't get your money or trade, and you're sitting there like, "Really?" But I might have to make that trade to TD Ameritrade or Webull accounts or
I thought
something.
you were already using Webull.
I do, but it takes so long for your funds to transfer over. It took me like a week and a half to get money into it for me to trade. And Robinhood gives you instant buying power because if you tell Robinhood like, "Hey, I want to put $1,000 in," you got $1,000 that day that you can just start trading with until your money settles. So,
So does Ameritrade do it like right then too?
same way. But I don't think they take as long as we will because I think their accounts are like, "Hey, we want money and we want to make sure that it's in there before you start trading." So I mean.
Well, I mean, which makes sense too. You can't, same thing as a bank account. You can't buy something if you have their money in there. So it's, Katie Beth said she wants to learn more about it too.
Yeah, next time we get you down here, I got a little stock video that we had put together for one of our groups. So yeah, I'll shoot it over to you. You can look at it, see what you think. I got a couple links to a few of my courses for my group that you can, if you got an interest, that you can get those courses. But shout out to my group, shameless plug, Todd Capital. He was just actually featured in Forbes here.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, just talking about the group that he's put together. There are about, I want to say, 4,000 of us in the group now.
Oh wow.
They do daily Zoom sessions, weekly Zoom calls where they just have people on there just talking about different stocks, what's moving for the week. Somebody in the group actually shouted out Starbucks too. She was like, "Oh yeah, Starbucks is coming, pumpkin spice latte, it's gonna do it."
Have to ask my lawyer these questions.
Katie Beth, look like you're gonna be the lawyer for the family now.
Yeah,
so,
I think that goes without saying. Like, I'm pretty sure that was just, it came with the territory. But, we'll look into it. Like I said, hopefully next time I can join a little bit more on the stock talk.
Yeah,
That's a good video.
that's cool. Like I said, I just like having these conversations, personal finance. Shout out to Majid for putting me in that personal finance group that he's in. Just like being around like-minded people, just having these money discussions, because there's just so much money out there, and a lot of people are definitely breaking generational curses and putting themselves in positions just to accumulate wealth, distribute wealth, and just the knowledge they're passing on to their children now is good to see, because, like I said, me and my dad, we take these conversations now, but it's like he didn't really have these talks before because he didn't have the information.
Right.
So now as I get information, he's getting it. He's sending me information like, "Hey, check this link out." So it's just cool just to see. So
Our kids are going to know how to trade stocks when they're 5.
oh yeah, no, they're sitting down, money talks, all that. They're gonna be just in front of the TV, just having that understanding. Because like I said, I mean, they only know what you put in front of them. Like, I ain't got time to be having the Wiggles or Barney or none of that. Like,
Well, Barney
Sesame
teaches
Street.
love.
Sesame Street's cool. We can do the counting, the numbers, but nah, I need you to know how to look at an income statement. Like,
At 5?
Yeah, like 5. Yeah.
I can't do that now.
Yeah, we're gonna put something on right now when we get out of here. So yeah, definitely.
We'll look into it. But no, I mean, it's, like you said, conversations that need to be had. We sat down with somebody looking for future investments and stuff that
life insurance.
Life insurance. Oh my God, it is ridiculously expensive.
Oh man, yeah, but
It's needed, but you know, at the same time.
maybe we can talk to a professional out there later and get them on here, just talking about whole life, term life, when you should get involved. I think that'll be a good conversation to have someone on the show just to be able to provide some information into that. 'Cause the number of people that actually are out here that don't have whether adequate life insurance or wills made up or just their estates in order for when they pass is shocking.
My son is 3 and he has Disney stock because that is what he's into.
Exactly.
Well,
He's
makes
watching
sense.
Disney. You gotta have the Disney stock. Like, don't be giving Disney your money. Don't be buying Disney Plus, and don't have Disney stock or investing in Starbucks all the time. And
Well, maybe if my husband listens to me, we could have bought her and all.
yeah.
It's just he tells
That's a
Mickey
different
to make,
conversation.
he tells Mickey to make his money. That's cute. I like that. Well, I mean, I think I've got one share of stock that I got from,
Is it Robinhood?
yes, thank you, Robinhood when I signed up, and I think it's Groupon.
I mean, that's decent. We shop on Groupon, so
Like once in a while, we haven't like we used to.
like I tell people, one of my friends the other day was like messaging me when Apple and Tesla was at their highs. Was like, oh, I need to buy in. I'm like, don't do that. She's like, I could buy for $1. I'm like, don't do that at all. Like, because Robinhood is fractional buying, so you can invest up to $1 into it. But I'm like, don't do
They
that.
only give you a fraction of the stock, right? It's not full. Okay.
No. So when it went down today, I'm like, I mean, if you have an interest in it, but I'm like, just look at other companies right now that you actually have an interest in. Don't be in such a rush just to go throw your money at blue stock chip stocks that are so expensive that you're just gonna be blowing your whole portfolio on that. Look for like upcoming ones that have good growth and that you frequent also a lot.
I might have to look at Starbucks because they've gotten about $15 from me this week.
Jeez, already? Could have definitely got fractional shares and been up there by now. All the pumpkin spice lattes you keep getting.
It's an addiction.
Oh God, I gotta get you AA for Starbucks.
No, just give me Starbucks.
I
Just
feel
feed
it.
the addiction.
I feed the addiction.
Yes, you do.
Ah.
That's
But
all we got.
yeah, I think that's all we got for this week. We'll be back probably
Yeah,
we'll be back next week.
Yeah,
we'll be back
so.
next week with some more information. So like we said, if anything's coming up that y'all want to talk with us about, y'all got some insight, or that y'all just want us to feature on the show, just let us know and we can make it happen.
Thank you guys for tuning in on this random Thursday. We appreciate it. But we will see you guys next week.
See y'all later.